Hello. This is Rich Rogers when you're watching my YouTube channel where I play tabletop RPGs with friends. And this is the Intercontinental Group of Awesome and I-95 Games presenting the seventh issue of Masks, Halcyon City. In Masks Halcyon City, we are playing, of course, the tabletop RPG Masks: A New Generation by Brendan Conway. You'll notice this is a floppy book, and I got to tell you, since Magpie Games, the publisher of Masks, now has a version with the playbooks in it, I am sorely tempted to get this thing in hardback at some point because I have definitely got my money's worth out of it. We are the seventh issue of this fine game with a mini series that happened in December. So we have quite a few sessions under our belt. And we had a moment of truth in last session, which is pretty momentous. So we're going to work through that because there's some after effects from the moment of truth. Quick shout out to Ani Stuffs, or Ani. Thank you for all of the wonderful comments. And you did remind me that triggering the moment of truth does mean that someone locks a label. So, hey, Paul, how are you?
Hi, Rich.
You did a wonderful thing with your amazing character and had a moment of truth. You need to lock a label. What label did you want to lock, sir?
I am choosing to lock mundane.
All right. That makes total sense to me. That means your mundane can't be changed anymore. What did you lock it at? Like a 3, a 4?
0.
0. So you're flat on mundane. Appropriate for a legacy of magical inherit. That sounds good.
Yes, and one of the reasons I chose that is that my freak is 2 and my savior is 3 at the moment, with superior at -1. And I was like, I think mundane probably wants to be the one I lock.
I think that's a pretty strategically smart move because it certainly would limit a lot of the stat changes if you got something stuck at a 3. I think it's great. Okay, so Paul, if you could remind us of the character that you're playing, my friend.
I'm playing Viridian, aka Anil Hara, who is the son of sort of the supreme sorcerer of Gauntlet City, of Halcyon City, and he's in the last session he had to step up because his dad was out of town, so he was acting magister for. I have been calling Magus Justinian Magister Justinian this entire time, and so we've decided that that's a title that he took on at some point after becoming the supreme sorcerer of the city. And so Viridian had to step up and take the reins. And he did better than at least one of his father's team, the Arcanists, expected. And I can't wait to rub that in Sister Occultus's nose.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun to see. I wonder if she'll be invited to this party. Jen, if you could please remind us of the character you're playing.
I am playing as Ashley Banner, aka Seraph. She's the daughter of Ariel, the second chariot of the Erlin, making her a half angel with cool flying powers and some fun magical tie-ins. However, in her day-to-day life, she's trying to make it at Hope Prep and get in some good time with her band and have fun in her youth with her nice girlfriend, Lisbeth LeBlanc.
Yes, and juggling all of those priorities, we did have a bit of a problem. Your grades were starting to suffer. And so that is something that we'll have to keep in mind for poor Ashley Banner, because you're going to have to focus on that, or you could get flunked out of Hope Prep, and that would be a bummer.
That would be a bummer.
Your mom would be so mad. Jan, please remind us who you're playing.
I am playing Marcus Meyer, aka Atlas, and the full playbook. So we had some experiments done on him, and now he's a big power how strong. He has recently disappeared for 2 weeks, and for him only moments passed. So that's going to be interesting. And he also was sort of responsible for the creepy children breaking out. But I think there was probably like I'm thinking maybe something that the Magister set up, like a trap for the sword to be trapped there and the bubble with the creepy children. So we'll see.
We will indeed. And then Alex wasn't able to join us last week. He is back. Alex, please remind us of who you are playing.
I am Unisha Opal, aka Armature, the Brain. I'm the super science girl with prosthetic limbs that kind of function a bit like Dr. Octopus limbs. And can be seen in the picture.
That's right. Can be seen in the picture. Unisha Opal gone during the 2 weeks as well, and so was not there to help out when the quintet came out to play. So we'll have to find out what she's been up to. But first, per the feedback from last week, excellent suggestion. Let's go through a few panels, the beginning of our issue. And the issue is titled Masks Halcyon City, Issue 7, Party at Castle Blackstone. In it, with the cover is a picture of, and again, remember that the covers, like sometimes events in the issue aren't exactly the same as the cover, but I'm saying that this is what's on the cover. We have Viridian, who's dancing with Ruby Fontaine, while there's this like huge, obviously, oh, what is this? We're gonna see what this is. The scene on the cover didn't actually happen that way. Oh, perfect. And so the two of them are dancing, and we have the stained glass window picture of Magister Justinian in the background, of course, very heavily indicating that we are at Castle Blackstone. And then we see that the glass is shattering out in one point, and Kavita, the cousin of Viridian, is flying through, and we see that there's also the shadow, like the silhouette of the war machine, like Hazit coming behind. So we start off, we're going to have a few panels of what you guys were up to during the last 2 weeks. And this is more of a flashback, just so we can make sure that we hat tip to the fact that Atlas just up and disappeared. So we have a couple panels of Marcus's mother and father, very stress-making phone calls, talking to the police at the police department. We see a few panels of Viridian. What did Viridian do in the last couple weeks when Atlas disappeared?
Well, there's one panel just because I have to. There's one panel of him just at the mall looking around in the vicinity of the Orange Julius, just in case. And then in his own sort of mini workshop, he doesn't have a big workshop as big as his dad's or anything like that, but in his own workspace, he's laid out a regular map of the city. And you see him scrying with a crystal tied to the end of a string, and he's actually he pricks his finger to put a little blood on the end of the crystal, and he's scrying, and it just swings aimlessly, and he is very frustrated. But somehow this single panel seems to indicate that he's been doing this for quite a long time.
Nice. Yeah, we see the stress, like the widow's peak, or like a bit of sweat on his brow kind of thing. Yeah. I like that. Sweet. And then, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And that's all I need.
Okay, thank you. And then for Seraph, what did we see? What are the panels that we see for her and her search for Atlas, your friend and teammate?
Well, Some of them are actually panels where she's looking around as Ashley. And I think one panel establishing shot, it's a close-up of a hand gripping a stapler as it punches some staples to hold up a, like, "Have you seen me" poster onto a telephone pole. And then the next panel, sort of a broader shot, and Ashley's on one of those little folding step stools with the handle, and she's got a second one. Like there's the one at regular eye level. It says, "Have you seen me? Call." And then there's another one. It's about 7'5" off the ground. I'm about this tall. You'd know me right away.
That's great. Oh, that's really good. That's good. Then we have a few. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and then a few couple panels of Sarah flying around, asking a few other people, maybe clearly having a no word balloons conversation with Avian, that kind of deal.
Oh, nice. You actually went to the Crusaders, the Transcendent Crusaders, for help. Wow, I know Verity would be pretty pissed about that.
I went to Avian, another flyer who would be able to see a giant tall person easily.
Fair enough. Cool. Then we have a few panels of On Young Kim, crying on the phone. We even see like a public access thing where she's on the channel and she's talking. There's a point where she's working on her gauntlets, muttering to herself about, I'll find him, and whoever's got Atlas, I'll take him down. And then we turn the page, and we find out what Armature has been up to for the last 2 weeks.
I've ensconced myself in my sanctuary. Capital S.
Capital S Sanctuary. This sounds like perhaps an advancement of some kind.
It does. I decided to postpone my moment of truth for a little while and switch it to Sanctuary instead for my latest advance. I think you'd see her at a powerful computer / supercomputer, hacking into like all the satellites, of the planet, and doing scans, facial recognition scans. There's like a computer program just constantly doing facial recognition scans, focusing mainly on the city, but spreading out across the globe. Yes. And I think maybe also hacking into some databases to put him on not watch lists like criminal watch lists, but as in basically people in different agencies suddenly are given a case to find Atlas. Other people have been put on the job.
Oh, that's so good. I can't wait to pay that off.
Yeah. I'm also throwing myself into constructing my sanctuary, finishing off. So that's what I'm doing up to the second that somebody calls me or walks in through that door that's just standing there in the center of the attic of my uncle and aunt's shop.
The sanctuary is it a little Doctor Who-ish in that it's a bit bigger than the attic, I believe?
Oh yeah, it's I think it's kind of the size of a large house. But a sphere the size of a large house, and I imagine, when you go in, you'll see.
Okay, cool.
But it's there's just a freestanding door with a lot of cabling and weird lights and stuff attached to it, but the door itself just looks like a normal door. But the frame is very high tech.
Totally getting images of the cabling on the floor of Serial Experiments Lane.
Yeah.
If you guys have ever seen that anime, it's really good.
And everything that was in the attic that was mine is gone now, except for a large generator that's powering the door. Everything else is gone somewhere.
Aw, all your stuff. Cool. I like it. So we pick up with the phone call that comes Armature's way. Who calls Armature after you guys, everything settled out with the quintet being defeated, Atlas being freed, the bubble opened up, and now there's this riverfront property that before was off limits that has already been offered up to investors and perhaps already being purchased as we speak. So who calls Armature?
I'll do it. Beep, beep.
What is Armature's ringtone for Sarah / Ashley?
Would she have a unique one?
Dun, 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 dun. My angel is a centerfold.
Okay, that can be it. She googled angel and song, and that's what
maybe doesn't understand the entire context of the song, but it's got angel in it, and that's good enough. It's great.
Yeah, it has
not know
angel
the
in it,
context,
and it was available as a ringtone in the shop. Not that that's ever stopped Anisha from putting whatever she wants on her phone, but it was a lazy moment.
Yeah,
they happen.
She may have automated the her ringtones. She made a program. It does the things.
All right, so you hear angel is the centerfold, Anisha, and it brings you out of whatever deep research you're in right now.
Well, I think at this moment I am getting some actual results from my facial recognition scan. So
true. You probably already know
that
tracking has been seen. Yeah.
Seraph, I know where Atlas is.
Yeah, we just freed him from the fun park on the riverside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Where he is. Or was a few minutes ago. Oh.
Yes. No, we had a big dust up with the quintet, and Viridian just put them in the corner, basically. I guess another dimension? Permanently? Oh. It was pretty awesome. You should come out to Castle Blackstone. I think we're going to have, some food.
How long have I been in the bubble? Sorry, I'm in the bubble. Different bubble.
You're in a bubble. Okay. I don't know because I don't know when you went in, but I haven't spoken to you in a week.
Oh. I should come out of the bubble. Okay, yeah.
Maybe do a hygiene first. I don't know how you are.
Yeah. Good call.
Okay, cool. I'll see you soon.
I think my eyes are basically, I look like somebody who's been power gaming for 2 days straight.
They're probably
your eyes are a little sunk in, your hair is a little...
Yeah. There's some I have an odd hairstyle at the moment.
And the only calories you've consumed have been Soylent.
You have like a pig pen kind of aura about you. Little dust come off of you in waves.
Yeah.
Editor's note, Anisha needs a shower. Okay. Sounds great. Good. So let's go ahead as we turn the page and skip ahead to some of the party preparations, because there was a declaration of a need for the city's sorcerer supreme, as it were. Oh, we should probably come up with a different alliterative descriptor. So, TM. But for now, the
Magus
Magister.
Magnificent.
Oh, there we go. Magister Magnificent. To have a big party. So what, Atlas, what are you doing in preparation for the party, or anything that you're doing before things start to happen?
I start with calling my parents.
We'll jump a bit of that into that bit of that conversation there of all the weeping and the crying and the where have you been, and then have you eaten, I think is maybe the last thing we pick up. But have you eaten? Do you need?
I mean, I was technically, I was only, I just skipped some time. I had some old cotton candy, but that was like an hour ago.
Oh, well,
But
we're glad that you're all right,
you know,
son.
an hour and a half ago, I was, well, 2 weeks ago. So sorry.
Your father picks up, like it's one of those where they're on landlines, right? So the mother is in the kitchen on the cordless, and occasionally she sparks like because the battery's going out, because it's like a 15-year-old phone. And your dad picks up the landline in the living room, the TV's on, and he says, "Son, that Moon Maiden lady called a few times while you were gone." Moon Maiden being the acrobatics expert and kind of the leader of the gym, who effectively hired you to be the spotter and to work at Hope Prep. He says, "I wasn't sure what to tell her, but I told her you were sick. Is that all right, son?"
I mean, I was missing.
Well, of course you're missing, son. I just didn't want you to lose your job over it.
Thanks, Dad. I will call work. I first need to call some other people, though.
Your mom comes in. Honey, Dr. Solis from the Hanover Institute called several times. She said she was very worried that you had missed a checkup. I wasn't sure what to tell her, but she does want you to call right away.
Don't ever pick up the phone if they call again.
Your dad says, "We don't get that caller ID. That's like an extra 75 cents a month, son."
This looks like a job for Anisha.
I'll look.
"I'm so sorry, Marcus. I'm so sorry," your mom says. But she seemed really, honestly, genuinely worried about you, and she did help you with those treatments. And so, I mean, you wouldn't be walking if it hadn't been for what they did for you at the Hanover Institute. So I didn't, if she's worried about some kind of checkup, that, well, I'm so glad that you're okay, son.
Thanks, Mom. Yeah. Thanks.
Your dad says, "Listen, son." Yeah, does a thing where he takes off his glasses. You don't see it, but you can hear it. He says, "Listen, son, I know that you're out there doing that superhero thing with your team, and don't think that I'm not proud of you. You got to remember what got you there. You would just be a sick young man if it weren't for Hanover. And if Dr. Solis thinks there's a reason for you to meet with her, well, I really think you should not forget what they have done for you, son." And he is trying to use his influence to tell you how the world works.
I fucking rejected influence because I've never told them what I did to get out of that place.
Nope, they have no idea. No idea. They're just like, oh, it's that nice Dr. Solus. She's really
Yes,
sweet."
well, you know, there's the fact that he had to kill some people to actually get out. So
Oh, wow. I think we have like thought bubble couple of panels.
yeah,
remembering-
exactly. Like, you know, just that's while that conversations happen, like one sliver of a frame of like a skull hitting a wall, and like that's. So yeah, I'll
When
try
you
to
reject someone's influence, roll. That's a flat roll unless you're a delinquent.
Yeah, there's not a flat roll button, is there?
There is, actually.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, if you look in the character sheet, I'll direct you to it.
Flat-
On the
oh,
character
yeah,
sheet,
I see it. Yeah,
flat 2d6 is labeled clearly. It even says underneath it, reject
correct.
someone's influence. I love this character sheet.
no, of course, yeah, that is.
Who created these character sheets? That person deserves a big thank you.
That looks like an 8. Yes, it is an 8. Just
right.
had to double check if the chat log.
I
Actually,
know, right?
Sometimes the
wondered
dice
if we
that show up are different. Like,
I actually saw a comment from Luke that maybe we should consider turning off. And sometimes that causes a bit of a wonkiness with Roll20 that maybe we should turn off the 3D dice.
I mean, I trust the chat log, but
Yeah, the
like
chat
the
is
dice.
official. The other one is just a nice thing to see. Okay, on a hit, you successfully hold to yourself and tune them out. On a 7 to 9, you need to choose one from the list below. Clear condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift one label up and one label down, your choice. Or cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
Let me read through some more before I decide.
I'm kind of curious how this one's gonna go.
Yeah, no, I mean, I especially because I want to mark potential. I think this is where he actually probably says like, I had to hurt people to get out of there. They were not going to let me go.
Your mother sounds shocked, but you never told us that, son.
No. I didn't know how strong I was.
Okay, son. We're sorry to have bothered you with that information. We won't talk to Dr. Solus again.
They're dangerous.
Okay, son. Well, is there? Do you need clean underwear?
No, Mom. I've been gone for 2 hours.
Well, I didn't know if perhaps that. I read one of those comic books where someone was frozen in place for a long time, and it just seemed like, and I thought perhaps that maybe, but no, I trust you. I'm sorry, son. I was just.
Was not frozen in place. I think. I don't know where I was. No time passed for me anyway.
And then your dad says, "Lena, honey, stop bothering our son. Listen, Marcus, if there's anything you need from us, you let us know. We will make an extra plate at supper tonight."
Yeah. I would. I mean.
Oh, that nice young girl called for you a lot. The Kim girl.
Yeah, I was going to.
I mean, a lot.
I was going to call her next.
Okay, good. She sounds very frantic, son. She's quite worried.
Thanks. No, I mean, really, thanks.
All right, son. Go out there and do some good and stuff.
Will do, I guess.
All right. So let's skip over to Viridian. How, like you're the one who's going to Castle Blackstone. Got some party that's going on. What are we seeing you do?
Well, Dad was out of town, but Mom was still around.
That's correct. Mooncaller is still on the premises as well as Dayoshi, the guest who's like was that like a day old fish or something? You know, the guests that overstay the welcome. Yeah,
definitely. So, well, the first thing I do is report back and let Mom know that I cleaned up Dad's mess. That everything's okay and the quintet won't be back.
Your mother says, that is incredible, my son. I am very impressed. And then we cut to a panel of this, like, first you see it's just a green, and then it moves a little bit, like the next panel is a little bit wider, and we see this hole, and there's a flag sticking out of it. And then the next panel, we see a ball. And Master Justinian, wearing these loud plaid pants, comes walking forward and then puts it in. Then he gets this phone call, and you hear him. He's like, and he's wearing one of those like golf caps with the fuzzy, like, you know, top.
Tam Center.
Thank you. That word that I probably could never say again. And he just, oh, good. And then because it's your dad, right? It's a flip phone. And he closes the flip phone and puts it back into his base. Comes back to your mom, and she says, I can't wait to tell your father.
No, I look forward to him returning from whatever extra-dimensional crisis he's attending to.
Well, I'm sure that these crises will be less stressful for him, knowing that he can trust that you will hold his mantle.
Oh, and by the way, I'm having a party.
Oh. Here?
Yes, actually, here.
I have some recommended areas that we should close off to whatever public you wish to invite.
Absolutely. I had planned on keeping most everything to the main hall.
Of course, there's the ballroom, which hasn't been used in quite a while.
Oh, we'll use the ballroom. I forgot about that.
Well, we usually forget about the ballroom, but yes. That sounds lovely, son. We have not entertained guests in far too long. Your father is not a fan of them, but we will definitely open Castle Blackstone at your behest, since you are the acting magister.
Great. I give her a hug.
Awesome. That kind of breaks the stilted conversation you guys are having, and she warmly kind of, there's a little back pat there, and she squeezes and steps back and says, well, I have to make sure the staff is aware and get the homunoculi tidying up, and there are a number of sheets that are over furniture in the ballroom. I have quite a bit to do, and she starts to walk away.
I will let her walk away. And as she goes away, I say, make sure there's biryani. And I think about, is Ashley vegetarian?
Ashley is what I'm going to call soft vegetarian. It's not that she's strict about it, but she is sometimes very avoidant of meat and sometimes is like, yeah, I'll eat this chicken, whatever.
Cool. So I will make sure that it's vegetable biryani, because that's a big feast food, and I want to make sure that everybody can participate.
Nice. Your mom she does a hand of yes, of course, and then she heads off. So, any other intervening scenes that we would like to have before we skip a bit of time to the party? And how wide of a party is this? Is this a thing where you're inviting some of your classmates?
Well,
I apologize for the dog barking in the background. There's
Fine.
something very dangerous at the Rogers household that you protect me from, my friends. Sorry about that.
I mean, Ruby's on the cover, so
I was hoping you'd say yes, but thank you.
yes. So I mean, not a huge gathering, and not like the people that decided to become pretend they were Viridian's friends when the announcement was made that he was taking over for a while. But
No
just,
sycophants? Come on. Who doesn't want to invite the sycophants?
the band, Lizbeth is invited, and of course, Union, well, she's in the band. And whoever, I mean, people that are reasonably close, and I will text Ruby myself, of course.
Awesome. That sounds wonderful. Yeah, I think you get a text back from Ruby right away, like, I'll be there. It's all
And
exclamations, all caps, everything.
yeah, and I imagine we have a boat that can handle several people, but it might be quicker for me to just shuttle people back and forth from the parking lot at the edge of the lake. Zip zap wise.
Love it. That sounds really fun. Very cool. Sweet. So, we are an hour in. Is everybody okay if we do an early? Maybe not exactly the staple. We take in a few extra ads. This particular issue, it's a double styles issue. So I don't know. And we come to an end. Everybody okay if we take 10 minutes after, maybe like a 5-minute bio break? All right.
Sure.
Cool. See you guys in 5. Well, friends, I can assure you that the danger has passed, because the danger that threatened our home that our dog needed to bark at was another dog walking by outside.
I was
Well,
going to. I was
that
going
could have
to cast
escalated.
stalk.
He could have, especially
I
if
was
we'd
gonna
like
cast stalk.
opened the door,
Yeah.
to let him go out and,
Yeah.
be a weird dog.
Oh, while we're waiting for Paul, I could quickly go through what options I can have for my sanctuary.
Yeah. Sanctuary.
Because I get 3 features, and a powerful computer is definitely going to be one. Would the door thing count as the teleportal? Would I be using up an option on that? Do you think? In my head, it's only the door that I've built goes straight to this pocket dimension, and if I built another door, that could also go to the pocket dimension, but I couldn't go anywhere other than 2 doors I built.
So the sanctuary, is this in the Brain playbook, or are we doing the sanctuary from the Doomed? Or
Well, it says just take the sanctuary. It is a
cool. Okay,
a Brain
I
advanced.
just want to make sure I was looking at the right thing, because I had
Yeah.
the original playbooks up, and so I just jumped to that.
Yeah, it is. It just says take the sanctuary from the Doomed. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
I think that saying that you've got a teleportal is a good way of modeling how that door goes to a space that isn't contiguous to any other space.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be able to peek in the windows of your sanctuary because it doesn't have windows because it's in end space, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And especially if I build other doors, it kind of covers that benefit of being able to get around.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So the teleportal sounds good.
Teleportal, and either if I've got a workshop, useful tools.
Sure.
I think that covers the 3. And then I need to choose 2 downsides. And I don't know what to take. I'm really struggling to choose what. I mean, I can adjust my idea that I've got on the sanctuary to fit one of those things, but at the moment, none of them really.
Do you have other downsides that interest you? Because this, of course, as we had a discussion earlier, is specifically tied to the Doomed, a couple of them at least. At least one of them is.
I mean, because of a suggestion of Jen way back, I quite like the idea of some sort of time dilation happening. Like, it's like very easy to just get time to pass. Like way more time than I think has passed.
I kind of like that.
Time dilation.
It's definitely a downside.
Yeah. Because I go in there and get some hard research done, and I think I did an all-nighter, and it turns out, oops, that was a few days.
You literally lose track of time.
Yeah.
I dig that.
I mean, I try and...
Everybody else good with that?
But then I need another downside. If that first one is a good one.
I think we would eventually set up a system where we interrupt you from the outside on a fairly regular basis.
Yeah.
Somebody call Anisha.
I set up a doorbell.
Could be tied intricately to your shame instead of your doom.
There's some. I mean, it's all my tech, so there must be some, architecture that's similar.
I like that.
So maybe it's a little bit, the problem of me and my shame is anything I build is kind of follows a similar design philosophy to what
you're saying
innate to.
You're saying it's tentacly.
The door is not tentacly; it's in itself.
It's not tentacular.
Not the door, but
Cool.
Well, actually, inside, I do like the idea that it is a lot of tentacles, and I imagine less so rooms, more so platforms within a sphere. So there is like a down in this. I've made sure there's down because no gravity makes it
Gets real confusing.
Yeah. So I've made sure there's a down, and I imagine platforms that are held by tentacles, which I can connect into and adjust as need be.
Tentacles kind of like you have a lift, you have a platform that got like lifts up to different areas.
Yeah, and like I could like there's like all these like floor/wall segments that can be rearranged to get privacy or different areas of space. Like if I wanted one big flat area for a reason, I can do that. Or one of the platforms obviously has a supercomputer on, and the other one has a workshop.
Nice. I like it a lot. So I think that we have a few panels of the boat. There's a bunch of people down at the dock, and then there are other personal invites that get the zip zap treatment. Who ends up riding on the boat with most of the folks that are coming to Castle Blackstone?
By the way, are we getting the phone call to Unyung?
Oh, do we want to see that on screen?
No, that's fine. I mean, it's going to be very similar, I think so. But I think you're definitely going to see Atlas on that boat, because teleporting at the moment still like it's not working out for me.
He's eventually going to be like Mr. T in planes.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to have to knock him out if I have to teleport him.
That's great. That's good.
I'm getting on no teleports.
Atlas has his own bus. You know, it's like
Worthy.
That's great. So on the boat, we will have maybe members of the band and Onyoung Kim and the Young Crusaders are here as well. Let's see, but I think Liz probably has no problem getting teleported. She thinks it's kind of cool. And Onisha, did you ask for a zip zap?
Yeah, I would zip zap. I have no reservations to the whole traveling
Use of
dimension.
magic.
So the concept seems sound.
Did you bring your cousin? You mentioned in chat that you might.
Yes, I think he saw me getting ready and like made some comment about like, wow, a shower, and that's
Nice.
where I was going, and
And I think we have Hazit, who is clean shaven, and he's a couple of years older than you, your cousin. Generally affable kind of guy, way more personable than you are. Covers for you kind of thing, like always excuses Anisha's oddness and quirks, but papers over it and kind of makes sure that you fit in every situation that he can help with. So yeah, the two of you guys get zip zapped over. This is not a die roll thing. But one thing that does happen for the readers is that we see Viridian appear. Hazit and Nisha are there. And do you ask them to hold hands, or do you just put hands on their shoulders, Viridian?
Usually it's just me touching a shoulder or whatever.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And with new people who might not know what I'm about to do, I make sure and get permission before I touch them.
Nice. Yeah, I was fine with that. So we have the thing of you putting your hands on their shoulders, but the panel view just before is actually like floor level and kind of looking up at the backs of Onisha's tentacles and Hazit's feet, and we see a little bit of Viridian, and we see one very small tentacled thing like climb itself up into Onisha's tentacles just before, and there's maybe a moment as we switch over during the teleportation where maybe Armature notices something's a little different. But then there's music, and well, maybe not music because you enter the the arrival room, and I think that's pretty somber and quiet type place, unless maybe there's just little bits of music, a few stray music notes that are drawn on the panel as you guys arrive. So we cut to is Ashley is it's not Ashley, or it's not Seraph, it is Ashley. Does she get teleported? Does she want to ride on the boat with Liz?
I mean, I'm going whichever way Liz is going.
Liz totally wants to be teleported. So
Then we're teleporting.
all right, awesome. You guys are already there. And, I think that when Viridian, Armature, Hazit arrive, that maybe Ashley and Liz have just gotten there like a few moments before. Not everything is completely together, but most of the party's started. We've got, how does your father, Viridian, get things done? I remember that I had mentioned homunoculi. Are there actual, like, living, regular servants who work at Castle Blackstone?
Yes, because homunculi don't have a lot of imagination, right? Someone has to tell them what to do, and in very specific terms. So yeah, I imagine that there's a staff as well, and quite a few of them, I would guess, actually live somewhere on the property, but they're not obligated to.
Nice. Sorry. She had a moment of like the house on the hill. Hill House, or it was a house on, I can't remember the name of that, silly, but really interesting. Yes, magical upstairs, downstairs. Yes, I like it. So there are a number of staff who are there going about tidying. There's dust clouds in the air as blankets are being pulled off of furniture in the ballroom area. Someone checking the sound system, which is probably from like the 70s or 80s, and maybe not the best shape, but it probably works.
There are alternatives if it doesn't.
Are there? Oh, interesting.
We can always figure something out. And besides, Anisha can probably fix it just by looking at it crossly.
Are the servants mystically trained? Are they trained in the arts of magic? Or are they mundane altogether?
I think they're mostly mundane. There may be exceptions, but I think they're mostly mundane.
My son just delivered a Diet Pepsi to me. This is the pinnacle of having a 13-year-old that you can boss around with a text message, my friends.
So I just have to wait 9 years.
9 years
for my Pepsi.
And then while you're playing a game, you can send a quick text to yours. The Thorin? The eldest? Yeah, send Thorin and get a nice Diet Pepsi refill. I forgot to get during our brief break just moments ago. Sweet. And so I got excited about Diet Pepsi. Are they trained in the mystical arts? And I'm so sorry. I know you answered it, but my brain didn't hear.
Mostly mundane.
Okay, cool. Good deal. Yeah, so what does Ashley do, like, with Lisbeth in this place where you, by the way, are well aware that Dai Ushi is somewhere here as well?
Yeah, I feel like before we came here, I laid that out for her.
I think, we do that. So the woman who can become a dragon, who burned me alive in your dreams, is here where we're having a party.
Yes. However, she's no shit high school friends with Anil's mom. I know, for real. And her family has this non-aggression pact thing with Magister Justinian and her family. So she's magically obligated not to start shit in the mansion. She will talk shit.
Yeah, Liz's mouth becomes a thin line. She's not pleased with the idea of someone who can talk shit, especially since, and she did that to you.
Kind of. I think she's been having similar dreams. Then she came up to me and basically said she was not interested in any of that crap.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah, it is actually kind of weird. Might have to talk with her. Anyways, it's gonna be fine. It's Blackstone frickin' Castle. It's really cool in there. They have a ballroom and a gigantic bath. They have like a full Roman bath in there.
That sounds awesome. Both of those things sound awesome. Is
awesome.
TGU going to play?
Maybe. I'm going to pack my guitar.
Nice. Nice. I love it. Cool. So we skip forward to Onisha and Hazit arriving, and as the two of you are walking with Viridian, I would say maybe you haven't picked up Ruby quite yet. Maybe she says she needed to do her hair or something, and she's like the last one that you're going to pick up. Is that cool?
Perfect. I would like to do that very briefly on screen whenever that happens. But
sounds good to me. Yeah, that's why I kind of saved it. So Hazit's looking around. Of course, there's like, you know, some huge gargoyle or something that's probably an actual guardian in this particular room, and he's like, "Can we touch that?"
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. You guys go through like a rounded set of double doors that open up automatically, and you step into like this large, grand hallway. He walks over to a set of armor. Can we touch that?
General, I wouldn't touch things here. I mean, I've checked. Things don't behave how they should. And I keep trying to do scans, and yeah. He messes with physics. I don't like it.
Well, I mean, if you mess with physics, you just...
Yeah, but I do it the right way.
He comes up and he pats your shoulder. He says, "Will there be any cute girls here?"
Seraph's here. I think maybe later.
Right. Cute girls that I might have a shot with?
Oh, no.
Okay. That's fine.
Ooh, party food.
Cool. You guys are walking past the ballroom, and you see they're still hurriedly getting things down. They're lowering the chandeliers and starting to light them up. And it's a flick, 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 and all the lights come on. And you can hear there's one guy's dressed like a butler, and he has his headphones on, and he's trying to play with the electronic setup at the front. S1, 2, oop, 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 oop. It's a bit of feedback.
1 second. I think in the background of the panel, you see me start to plug into the sound system and saw it.
Cool. So we cut out to the boat where we see Salima Slimeball just kind of, her skull is like right on the edge of the boat and kind of watching out towards Castle Blackstone. And Battle Cry and Sloth and La Espada, as well as Malleable, all the other members of the Young Crusaders, and some other classmates and friends and the like who've been lucky enough to get that golden ticket of the invite to Castle Blackstone are all excitedly talking and checking their phones and doing selfies and group pictures and everything. And so with them like standing so the Castle Blackstone's in the background and angling their phones just so. And Eun Young Kim is like right by your side, Atlas, like right there. And she's got a backpack on. She says, I wasn't sure if this was like a costume thing or not a costume thing, but we invited lots of people, so I just left it in my backpack.
Probably smart. I'd do that more now as well. And like when I pass by Sloth, I'll give him like a teasing, friendly punch in the shoulder. Like,
yeah, and Sloth, he's got the like overpronounced, almost beaver type teeth, and he scowls, and he's got his little faux hawk thing going on. He looks at you and he glares, but
I mean, I think it's like it's a friendly little punch, but of course for anyone else that would leave a hell of a bruise. But
yes. I think Eun Young Kim goes to Hope. She's been forced to some of the sidekick classes, but she doesn't complain about it. She just does her best. Malleable. So Malleable, aka Charlie, is a person that we've only seen in a couple back panels. She has the ability to take on animal features, and she can kind of selectively do that. The cool picture that I have of her that I stole from this amazing artist named Alex Prines or something has her with this crazy kind of, Rich needs to know which way to go with the things. But
yeah,
there.
Yeah, she has this awesome kind of non-robotic tentacle thing going on. So I've kind of imagined her as a person who's like Beast Boy, except can do it in pieces and parts. And she's quite super flexible, take on different animal instincts and the like. And
I had to ask, I didn't see that you'd used the picture, and I was like, I have a character that's called that, so I just wanted to know if it was.
I'm sorry. Let me give you credit. This thing, wholly created by Alex, that I took the picture and inspired me to create a character because I already had awesome art for it. That is who Malleable is. The only thing I did was take the font Monster and put a name around her. Everything else, 100% Alex. Yes, that is Malleable, because that was one of your characters you were thinking about early on, and I really, really love the art that you've drawn for her. Eun Young Kim talks about the costume thing, and you guys are getting closer to Castle Blackstone. We see it getting larger in the background, and she says, any notes about Castle Blackstone? Anything I should be aware of? Oh, and by the way, should I call you Marcus or Atlas here?
I mean, doesn't matter much. It's not like anyone is going to be like, oh wait, where's that tall guy gone? Atlas was just here. Or the other way around. It doesn't matter.
Definitely make an impression. I was thinking about the name Glowbug. What do you think?
Yeah, I figured.
Cool. And then we see a couple panels as the boat comes up to the little dock at Castle Blackstone, and some of the servants are there, and all the kids kind of spill off of the boat, and they're prancing along through the docks and heading through the little area up towards Castle Blackstone. And we follow.
And then Hagrid makes sure they all get in a coach.
There's like this village with all these very depressed looking people who aren't using technology since the 70s. They're all like in like zip up zipper jackets and big puffy coats. No, there's no. I don't imagine Castle Blackstone has this like sad little village. It's just Castle Blackstone. They head up and into Castle Blackstone through an approved entrance where there's nothing to worry about, and then everything opens up. As they're getting there, there is you notice Atlas, and this is a thing that people will be coming up into the ballroom about this time, but a bunch of the kids are like checking their phones, and evidently something has like happened. What do you do?
I mean, I'll grab my phone from my pockets.
Awesome. And so we see a panel of Atlas seeing this picture, and I'll just say that the artist draws you as if perhaps this is not the greatest thing for you to see. So we cut to Viridian porting over to Ruby Fontaine's house. And of course, we'd see that at the bottom, left-hand corner of the panel, Ruby Fontaine's house. And she's standing on the porch. It's a nice kind of colonial style home. And she's dressed up. Ruby is she's wearing a dress. She's definitely makeup. Is a little bit of her like checking her hair right before you appear. And then there's a moment of hesitation. She's on the porch, like trying to figure, do I go down to meet him? Do I wait for him to come up to the porch? And then finally she just comes down the stairs and says, "Hey."
Hi, Ruby. Are you ready to go?
I should tell my parents.
All right.
Real quick. And she reaches down and she takes your hand to lead you up the 3 stairs to knock on the front door. And then she opens the front door and she sticks her head in and she says, "Okay, I'm going to go." And then you hear a male voice. "We'd like to meet him." And she freezes for a second and looks over at you. Is that okay?
I'm internal monologue. I'm feeling pretty cocky right now, so I'm okay with meeting the parents. I'm still nervous, but I think much less nervous than I would have been had I not just done what I just did.
Yeah. Stop in the quintet. Talk to parents is no big deal. MBD. You come into the living room area. The mother comes from some other room, and you see her father sitting there on the couch. TV's on. He's watching some kind of news programs, like a political commentary thing. And he stands up and he says, "This is all right."
I extend my hand and I say, "Sir, I'm Anil Hara."
Neil. He shakes your hand. Does the like dad grip hard thing. You can call me Joseph.
Joseph. But I say, well, thank you, Mr. Fontaine.
Nice. And this is my wife, Lainey, and mother, who has the same kind of reddish hair as Ruby Fontaine, but it started to, it has a slightly different glisten to it, a little bit silvery. And she's so nice to meet you. I heard about your father leaving you in charge. That's quite impressive.
It's been an interesting challenge.
There was something about you involved with that amusement park. Isn't that right there, Neil? And the font, like, he doesn't call you Neil. He actually said Neil, and then it's actually written as like Neil.
Yes, there was an old problem resurfaced, but my team and I took care of it.
So you're not putting my daughter in any kind of danger, are you?
I wouldn't say any more danger than crossing the street.
And Ruby says, "Dad, I go to Hope Prep. This is the same. It's basically the same. Most of our class is going to be there, the cool ones, not the losers." I think it's a little bit different. Will there be any adults there, Neil?
My mother is home, and there are some people that work for us that'll be there.
And Lainey says, "Oh, Mooncaller, Joe." Yeah, Mooncaller. Okay. All right. Well, Neil, she needs to be back by 9 o'clock. And Ruby says, "What? No, 11?" And then Lainey says, "Please, Joe." All right. Regular curfew. Not a minute later.
Well, thank you, sir. And I turn to Lainey and shake her hand and say, "It was a real pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Fontaine."
And she shakes your hand, and there's a moment where she like pulls you forward, and she's going for a hug, and she just big warm hug. And then she steps back and looks up at her husband, who's not super into this superhero worship kind of stuff. And he says, "All right, well, you may be the master of magic or whatever, but this young lady right here is my magic. All right,
I'll take good care of her."
All right. Come here. And she's like, "Oh, God, Dad." And then there's the hug, and he kisses her forehead, and then Ruby leads you back outside, and she sighs, "I'm so sorry. That was mortifying."
No. It's nice to see a family really express themselves.
Cool. Let's teleport to Castle Blackstone now.
And so I'll take her hand again. And it literally, like in the other panels, you've seen him not do that with other people.
Right. His hand on shoulder. Right.
And so I imagine this is like something that the artist has focused in on, is the hands. And then we will zip zap to the receiving room at Castle Blackstone.
Awesome. So we zip zap to the receiving room, and we cut back to all the kids that are kind of heading up this long, winding set of stairs to come into Castle Blackstone, all looking at their phones. We have it's a dark set of staircase, just barely lit enough, but then all of them have their phones, and their faces are all lit by that. And we see Marcus, who looks on his phone, and we see a picture of Seraph making out with Lisbeth. And you recognize this picture, or at least the general events of that picture, because that is not the Lisbeth of your world. That is the Captain Marvel Lisbeth that Seraph is kissing. It's taken a thing where like the wings of her mask are slightly askew, but you can definitely make out Lisbeth's face, and Ashley's face is obscured, but it's obvious that is Seraph.
There's going to be another panel where Atlas is going to say, "Oh boy."
Yes, callback, yay! Cool. So we cut to the ballroom, and kids are starting to kind of filter in. Ashley, you're there with Lisbeth, and she hasn't checked her phone. She's just chatting with you and listening to what is it that Armature has done to the sound system that we witness at this point.
I think one of her arms is probably a lot thinner than normal, because she's part of her prosthetics is now adjusting sound to optimal angles and stuff to whoever's in the room. So it's actually like moving speakers around to get this optimal sound based on whoever's in the ballroom.
Nice.
One of the speakers might follow somebody out of the room, and I'm like,
Speaker gets up,
to divert it back.
Sounds like little stubby legs.
Yeah, I mean, they're autonomous AI is quite limited. It's a bit like the homunculi thing, you know. They're not going to become sentient on their own.
Can you program them? Can you program them to do a dance number to Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast?
I can. I won't.
Thank you. That's all. I just wanted to establish that there was a possibility, and you chose not to do it.
Sweet. And Ashley and Elizabeth, the two of you are staying there with like these little champagne flutes, and there's like a little text box to the side that says sparkling grape juice. And she takes a little drink, and she says, "This is super cool. This whole thing, all the thing."
Right? I mean, don't get me wrong. Your house is also fabulous.
Thank you.
But it's not a castle.
I think most of my house," she looks around, "could fit in this ballroom."
No, right. I could fit like 4 of my house in this.
We should stack them.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
I mean, I guess Viridian could probably do something like that, right?
Oh, for sure.
I think I walked by as you was talking this and was like, I could fit mine in a matchbox. But I just continue walking.
That's great. And so a couple of Hope Prep students, like mundanes, they come in and they're looking around and they say, "Wow, hey, that's the girl." And you know them, Ashley, but they don't know Lisbeth, and they're pointing at Lisbeth.
Well, if they're pointing at Lisbeth, I sit up straighter immediately, and I'm like, "Hold up, what's up?"
We'll say that this one girl's name is I started to say Julie. There's way too many J names in our group.
Kelly?
Not Kelly. That sounds awesome. This girl's name is Kelly, and she says, "Hey, I'm Kelly." And she kind of ignores you, Ashley, and walks up to Lisbeth. And Lisbeth's like, "Hey, I'm Liz. Nice to meet you." She's like, "You totally made out with Seraph. That's awesome." And the other girl comes up and she like shows the picture, and you see it, and Elizabeth sees it, and she's like, "Yep."
What the hell? Where did you find this?
"Oh, it's on Buzz. Check it out." And she starts kind of checking it out. Like, "Oh, hold on. I don't know. It looks like an anonymous posting or whatever. It's totally cool. It's going to be all over."
And I like take her phone and like poke at it and anonymous, and then I've like got my phone and I'm like trying a Google reverse image search.
"Oh, wow. You find thousands of results of this picture on your Google image result. It looks like it has been up for a little while. Like all of those pictures were just kind of mass flooded into all of the picture sharing sites through anonymous accounts."
And I don't look up. I don't make any gesture. I just shout, "Anisha!"
What?
Get over here.
There's like one speaker, like a little tweeter, is just kind of dancing beside Anisha, and then follows Anisha as she walks over.
Sure.
And I show her both phones. I'm like, "Look at this." And then I'm like, "Oh," and I give the girl her phone back, and then I scroll on my own.
Yeah.
"Look at all of this shit."
I'm like, I put an arm out and like one of the speakers like drops to the ground as I get my arm kind of gets a bit more appendages. Give me a second.
Okay.
I would like to unleash my powers and.
Oh. Yeah, that seems appropriate. When you release your powers, roll with freak.
Did I just an 8?
An 8. Okay. On a 7 to 9, mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Before I answer that, are my conditions from 2 sessions ago still in effect?
I will let you. I'll let you shed one of the 2 conditions.
Okay, I will shed afraid, and I'm still a bit angry because of things that have happened. Yes. I think because it draws upon memories of because I think Anisha had her first kiss not very long ago, and so looking at this photo adds a little hopelessness to me. There we go.
Nice. Cool. So the person who did this is very technically savvy. So that is why a smart person who knows how to do Google image searches and the like was not able to uncover anything. However, you know how to kind of peel back the layers.
Yeah,
and
I'm bringing up the code of I'm hacking into Google code and
yes, exactly.
I'm like opening up. I'm like swiping the screen to the side and opening up like a holographic display from my own projections, and
it's your cousin Hazit. He did this.
I'm like, I immediately look around the room to find.
Hazit right now is talking to that girl Kelly, and she's like showing him her phone, and it's like, okay,
Hazit?
Yeah, what's up, cuz?
Explanation?
4 more kids are kind of coming into the room. Dimitri's there. He comes over to you, Ashley, like, hey, what's up, Ash? Liz like, I need to go to the bathroom.
Hazit, give me your phone.
Sure. Pulls out his phone. It's like a phone that you gave him, right?
Yeah. And I'm like torn in 2 directions. I'm like, Liz, do you need me to go with you?
No. Maybe later?
Okay. Shit.
Yeah, like stripping apart his phone, throwing away the kind of casing. Don't need that.
Nice. So Atlas, you and the rest of the classmates all come into the ballroom. This is where the servants of Blackstone have led you, and you see Ashley is there, Armature is there, as well as a number of your other classmates.
All right. I mean, I walk over to Ashley. And I'm like,
hey, what's up?
There's a picture of your girlfriend.
I know.
Oh, okay.
But it's not actually her. But nobody knows.
I know.
I know you know. I'm just saying it because it's big and hard to deal with. Did you talk with your parents? Are they okay?
Yes. But apparently they've been contacted. Let's not talk about that now.
Okay. Your mom seemed super nice, but also kind of
a bitch.
Yeah.
I know. They've been talking to. Yeah.
Let's go get some fresh air.
No, I'm gonna get a drink first.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Sweet.
I think you'll see Atlas like go over to wherever the drinks are standing. Well,
Mhm.
he'll have like 4, like between his fingers, like, and just sipping like one of them for now.
Or is a sip
And then,
like
well, I mean, sip is like
Yeah.
drops the cup and then next one.
nice? And I think there's a moment of we see a couple of the young Crusaders, Charlie, aka Malleable, and Battle Cry, the popped collar kind of D-man guy, and he says to, should we tell him it's non-alcoholic? And Charlie says, no, we shouldn't tell him at all. This should be fun. So we cut to, or flip the page, and Viridian, you arrive with Ruby still holding her hand, and she's looking around in the room, and her eyes are just, she looks at the gargoyle. Whenever I read a mystery novel, I usually skip to like the last 10 pages because I hate not knowing what's going to happen. Do you do that?
Not usually. I like to try and figure it out.
Oh,
But I have a feeling that there was a question underneath that question. Would you like to ask it?
less of an ask, more of a declaration.
Okay.
And then she leans in and kisses you. What do you do?
So there are approximately 4,000 cell phones in this room right now. Any of them could be potentially taking pictures. That thought doesn't cross my mind. Yeah, I kiss her back.
Cool. And then she comes back and says, okay, good. The head turn at that moment would have been devastating, and now I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I would not. I promised your father that I would take care of you.
That would have been the worst date ever. So, good job.
Yeah. Smile.
And then you realize where you are. There are a bunch of kids here. There's a bunch of lively conversations. Some music is playing. There are walking speakers. Onisha and Ashley and Atlas are all kind of huddled around each other. There are pieces of a phone that are lying on the ballroom floor, just cast aside.
I will.
Giving Hazit the hairy eyeball.
What is happening? And we'll say the Viridian, kind of, you catch this part of the conversation. I'm not sure what's going on, cuz.
Well, you posted the pictures, but at least you're counted. I'm trying to get some, location data for when it was posted. Can I get a?
Yeah, you took on that condition. Yeah, the all the information was posted about 10 minutes ago.
Okay. Well, unless you're able to send it with one hand behind your back while I was in the same room, which I don't think was likely, you did not send this. But you did.
You actually, it's like, I don't know why you thought I did. I'm not sure what's going on. You gave me this phone and I love it. And he looks down at the shell and the backing and the battery and all the other pieces.
A couple of limbs kind of pick up the pieces, just hand the pieces back to him. There you go. Ashley.
Yeah.
his account sent those pictures.
Right.
But it wasn't him.
Right.
That I can verify.
Different him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Different him? What?
yeah.
What's a different him?
Is this her seat thing?
Yeah, he kind of heard that. He's like looking at his shattered pieces of his phone, and
You
he's
never
like,
told him about the AU Hazit with the battle suit?
Did you tell Elizabeth about? Are we telling people about that stuff?
I did.
I did.
Does
when
does,
he comes,
Haz-
yeah, I know.
does Hazit know that Seraph and Ashley are the same person?
No.
I don't think so.
So, in fact, Ashley's being a little careless right now,
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
but she's worked up.
Yeah.
But I think Hazit knows that Lisbeth and Ashley are together, and so a picture of Lisbeth kissing someone else could also be the reason why Ashley's upset. So he's like, that's where his head's at.
Yeah.
Okay, there's an alternate version of you with a power armor suit. Thinks I'm the president? It doesn't seem to be happy about it. Anyway.
Kind of kick ass.
It had missiles. Anyway.
Yeah, those missiles.
We saw them all go away.
Yeah, I thought they all... I should have checked. Or maybe they came back.
No, remember that he flew through the roof before
The bits of his suits that were left, they disappeared.
But they were in the room with us.
Oh.
Did you check the suit for phones?
No.
I mean, I don't know.
Dimitri says, so Ash, Anil, that's a huge stage with walking speakers. Are we playing? This is a great opportunity for TGU.
Yeah, we're getting kind of distracted from our huge celebration here. I get why.
Oh! Atlas! You're back!
I mean, all the drinks are empty by now, so we can actually go.
Yeah, I'm like just been like standing beside him, not like just chatting to him, but not really looking at him.
Most likely to be voted quickest on uptake.
Hi.
I assigned my supercomputer to find you. I mean, it did find you, but it was a little bit late. I mean, it's not my fault you were in a different dimension. I couldn't track that. I was tracking just the planet.
I appreciate that you were looking for me. Hey, Ashley, I saw some posters hung up high. I also appreciate that.
I figured it would be a no-brainer for people if they saw it and they went, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was tough. We missed you.
I built a reinforced room.
What?
I built a reinforced room. You said you wanted to move out. One time. I forget when. I remembered.
Well, they've already contacted my parents, so there's that.
Oh.
Apparently they know.
And I'm like,
they knew
sorry.
I wasn't here, which isn't good. Or they've seen the posters, I guess. But still.
Yeah, I actually like loop an arm over Dimitri's shoulder as Atlas starts talking about that so that I can distract him with band stuff.
All right. That sounds good because he's like really trying to listen in, but then talking about band stuff wins. He'll head up and like maybe he's gonna like pull you away and head up towards the stage.
Yeah, like show me the stage, rabbits, Lenny. Yeah.
Well, I think I'm trying to give him a bit of comfort in my own
I think so.
way.
I think so.
I mean,
saying, hey, I made you that room. That's pretty sweet. Do it.
That was cute.
Roll plus mundane.
Okay, that's not the greatest, but let's. Oh no, I've got 1. That's not bad. With a +1.
People have been trying to mundane you up, Armature. All right, on a hit, they hear you. They mark potential clear conditioner shift labels if they open up to you.
I mean, he did kind of just mention.
I open up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I should. Ah, man, that's so harsh. Like, I have to. Like, I really need to clear my conditions, but potential doesn't happen much.
That's true.
I mean, isn't there something? What happens? Don't you get some sort of bonus? Because am I
wait,
your
you're my rival.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you get maybe both or double.
Let's see. When you comfort or support your love or rival, mark potential on a hit. When your love or rival comfort or supports you, mark potential when they roll a hit.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. Good job. Go Team Venture or something.
So I get to mark potential and remove a thing. I think I'll clear hopeless. Because I don't feel as hopeless anymore.
Nice. Yeah, there is some hope for you.
There's people looking out for me. Look, it's the people hanging flyers and making bomb shelters.
It's not a bomb shelter. I mean, it'll survive a bomb, but it's not a bomb shelter.
Whatever. Shh, don't ruin the moment.
It's an off-label use. It doesn't get prescribed for that. But.
Cool. So here's a mention of possibly Ashley comforter supporting Atlas.
Yeah,
here.
sort of in between, like trying to keep his secrets safe and, you know, posting flyers and so on.
Yeah, I buy it.
Fire posting, fair.
Yep. So we'll give that a shot. Yar.
That is nice. Okay, on a full hit, you can do the same thing. Mark potential clear conditioner shift labels if you open up to Ashley at some point. And on a 10, Ashley can also add a team to the pool or clear a condition herself.
I'll add a team to the pool.
All right, we're now in a team pool of 2.
Insecure.
All right. So I'm going to check in with Viridian, who's standing there with Ruby. I'm pretty sure you've seen all the pictures posted. And you remember who was in the room and able to take pictures of said moment.
I do remember that. She gave her word at that time, and I trust her. So if someone got a hold of them, it was not... I firmly believe this, that it was not of her own doing. So I'm going to wait to say anything to her about that.
Okay.
Because what's happening right now is that we've got a party that doesn't know it started yet.
Sorry, that really amuses me.
So I'm gonna let go of her hand and say, I'll be right back. And then I zip zap up onto the stage and hold my hands up, and they're glowing just slightly. I'm not in I don't have my game face on, but I'm in my normal clothes, but I hold my hands up and they're glowing just slightly to get people's attention. And I'm not using the microphone because this is home territory and I can be heard in this ballroom if I want to.
Kids, get quiet. You're currently the magister. It's your home, and yes.
So my voice sort of fills equally every corner of the room, but doesn't seem like I'm speaking exceptionally loudly. And I say, thank you all for being here. This is mostly a party to celebrate the amazing members of the, what are we, the Halcyon City Guardians?
Yes.
Of the Halcyon City Guardians. Seraph couldn't be with us, at least not right away, but I think you all know Atlas and Armature and I am so white. I was just about to say, I am so blessed to have them as friends, but I'm not going to, that's not what Viridian says.
Nice.
It's an honor to work with them and be their friends. And it's an honor to be part of Teenage Turbo Uprising. I suspect you might be hearing from us later because somehow my drum set got set up on the stage.
Dimitri lets out a woo!
But for now, the food's not going to run out. And no, that's not magic. There's just a very big kitchen. There's plenty of punch and soda, and help yourselves, enjoy, and maybe save me a dance.
Nice. That has the desired effect. Kids start really getting into the party. The music picks up. The speakers are leading dance. There's like an electric slide that happens very quickly. You have effectively distracted the populace from their phone watching for now. Good job. Like, to me, that's not really a role. I think that's just a after effect of moment of truth and you being in your home base. So we should definitely thank you very much. Let's highlight when you share a triumphant celebration with someone, this is the perfect opportunity. And the way that move works, each individual playbook has that move, and it's often a one-on-one. It's like a conversation that you're sharing while you're sharing that celebration with someone. So the Janus has a very cool one. So does the Bull, the Brain, and the Legacy. Who would like to kick off those? Because I'd really like to trigger these, and then we can kind of pick up into some of the other plots that are ongoing.
I think that I may have actually just done that.
I think so.
It wasn't one-on-one, but I mean,
you definitely told them whether you saw them as an equal. Yes. If you do, give them influence over you and mark potential. So why don't you choose one particular person that you gave influence over?
Does everybody already have influence?
I think so. Yes.
Also, yes.
Alex, you do, I'm pretty sure. Alex maybe froze.
Nope, I was just nodding.
Oh, okay. I could. Your headshot froze. Your
Okay, yeah, no, I have
Okay.
I have influence.
Okay, cool. I'm going to give it to let Atlas rearrange my labels then.
Fine.
All right. Let's have a look.
And I will mark potential.
I can't move mundane anymore.
It's locked. Is it physically locked in the sheet, or just there's?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's like a checkbox.
When you
that's so cool.
When you check the box, you can't change it.
That's really neat. Nice tech.
You know what? You're in your house with all this weird shit. Definitely bring your superior up by 1, because why is your superior down to -1 anyway? You're superior AF. But I guess that means I'll bring yours. Yeah, savior down.
What about our brain?
Well, I mean, I wasn't involved in the previous
That's true.
thing, and it's my thing is asking if they could have done it without me.
I think the answer is
And-
yes.
Yes.
They did.
Yeah.
Good point. What about Janice?
Sorry, I was waiting for my keyboard to get with the program. Let's see. When I share a triumphant celebration with somebody, I ask them if they see me as the person wearing the mask or the person underneath it. Feel like, who am I one-on-oneing like that? I think last time I had a chance to do this, I did it with Armature. I think this time it might be fun to do it and ask that question of Viridian.
Yeah, you guys are getting up there and maybe getting ready to play.
And yeah, clearly Ash is still kind of feeling the tension of, things impacting her girlfriend and folks from another dimension horning in on all of their stuff. She's just like, I know it's going to feel good once I get playing, but man, I just wish I could play and not think about all of this stuff sometimes.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Listen, I know that when you're in midair, when you're throwing a truck, your value to me and to the team and to Lisbeth is because of who you are, not what you can do. And it's not Seraph I believe in. It's Ashley.
Okay. Thanks, man. All right, let's knock this out. I do a count off. And Dimitri's like, I do the count offs.
And Young Kim's like, just go with it.
I'm the drummer.
You're doing the count off before I've shared my triumphant celebration.
I know. We'll skip to you.
Yeah.
But that's just me ending the conversation there. Yeah. And now I'll do the mechanical stuff because.
Yep, I think you clear condition mark potential.
Yep. So I will do that.
deal. So maybe you guys do a few songs, and at some point there will be a break in TGU. I think Elizabeth comes back. Oh, there's a hold
Paul
on.
has a note.
Just for Unyon's sake and for everybody, there has got to be a big ass piano on the stage of this ballroom.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like an actual
cracks or knuckles.
And this may or may not, and it's one of those things, because of course we do. It's kept in tune, probably magically.
Probably.
And I don't know that this will ring a bell with anybody else, but it's like a 12-foot Bosendorfer, and which is like laughs at Steinway, and has extra keys at the bottom of the bass just to give more resonance to the sound, because those strings still vibrate sympathetically even if they're not played. So yeah, it's a kick-ass piano.
Nice. And there's a moment of Onyeon Kim like sitting down at the little bench to play, but it's made, and she's short, so she has to push the bench away. She plays standing, like Jerry Lewis, Jerry Lee Lewis, not Jerry Lewis. There'll be wavy, different kind of playing. She plays standing up, and you guys just jam out.
Sorry, I had thought of that earlier. I just wanted.
That's really cool. I love it. I like that moment, and thank you for inserting that. That's a very different picture for TGU, Teenage Gerbil Uprising, for those who don't recall. Elizabeth comes back to rejoin the party at some point, but doesn't really join the frivolity, just kind of makes an appearance, and a bunch of people, you see it, Ashley, as people like kind of circulate around. There's a lot of like congratulations, and people tried to bring or draw her into conversations, but she mostly plays it off. Not rude to anyone, but oh no, just kind of encouraging people, go back out, go dance, that kind of thing. But she's not run away. She's not going to stay in a bathroom and cry this out. That's not how she does things. What about Onisha? What do we see you doing during all of this TGU playing? You are pulling an Alex. Not exactly. That's
not exactly.
Talking on mute. Pulling an Alex.
I think that's a Paul.
It's a Paul.
Yeah.
That's a really good reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Anisha is. I mean, she's working the problem with the whole phone thing, but she is also she's kind of like glancing at the little looks Eunyoung and Atlas share, and Lisbeth and Sarah Ashley, and a little bit of the Anil Ruby stuff, and just like back to working problem, and trying to backtrace the signal by location and when it happened, and security camera footage, and if there's anything I can, get a bigger picture on this problem.
Yeah. So as you're working the problem, and we'll get to the Bulls triumphant celebration in just a moment, but as you're working the problem for a while, you eventually receive a text message to your phone, and it's from Hazit. It's on your phone or your communication device, whatever it is that you use or carry, and it looks as if it's coming from Hazit's phone, but you've got that kind of broken apart in your tentacles as you're observing all of this. It says, having trouble? And you remute.
I just muted myself to talk.
What are those, Dave?
That is definitely pulling a Paul.
No, I think that actually might be a gem.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I sent a message back very quickly. I know who you are.
Do you now?
Yes, I see. 2.
You're going down.
Why?
What
You
I
obviously
learned-
know I'm different. I'm not the same Anisha.
What I learned from defeating you, I'll take back home. I have to make allies to win this, to stop you. Plus, it's only a matter of time.
Could we talk? I mean, I'm getting the idea that your Anisha is not a good guy.
Not at all.
So that will make you potentially a good guy.
I think you're trying to provoke him.
Yes. I think I am. That
Roll
is
plus a superior.
yeah. Yeah, that not the best result.
There's no one there to help you, is there?
I don't know. Alice is around.
Yeah.
I mean, this is coming up on because I don't actually have a physical little phone. I just bring up screens projected,
Oh.
so you'd see like a little chat window. Bing, bing, bing.
I think, I mean, this is Atlas, and I mean, he's not. I think he's just leaning over your shoulder and going like, "So wait, am I fighting for Onisha or against in your world?"
I like, and a little bubble pops up with like Atlas, and then
Nice. Is
as
that?
I add that into the chat.
I think if you want, we can use that as the team pool. I like it. It amuses me. So that will take you down to a team pool of 2. Luckily, somebody selflessly gave up potential to help that pool out.
Actually, I don't have to spend team pool for that.
Oh, you don't?
No, I still have. No, not for. Sorry, no, I do. I do have one hold on Seraph and Viridian, both, but not.
So
Sorry.
Okay, so they can instead choose one. So, so it's it's the ball's in your court.
Oh, it's still a miss, right?
Well, no, he's spending. He's spending.
Oh, he is. Okay, he's spending. Okay,
pool.
okay. Sorry.
I'm
Yes,
spending a team pool, but I thought I didn't have to.
you thought you didn't have to, but you do have to. But you are doing that. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Sorry, took me a second to catch up. So they can instead choose one: stumble, err, overreact. I think. Here's the thing: you're going to gain influence over Hazit 2 or Hazit AU, Hazitao, as Hazit says. In my world, Atlas is dead because you killed him. In transmission.
Sorry.
I mean, when I read that message, I go like, but then why was Firebug so upset? I guess she was.
I got the feeling it was different dimensions.
Different dimension again. Oh, God.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Yes, I believe the brain has it right. There is more than Earth 2. There's
I
Earth
figured.
multiple. Yep, it's good to get it out there. Thank you guys for putting that out on the table. So, Bull, do you want to do your triumphant celebration here? Because this amuses me. I love the Bull's triumphant celebration. And who would you want to share that celebration with?
I mean, if I'm doing it here,
I mean, time could have passed.
If I'm doing it here, it's going to be with amateur. And then I would let's see. Make them your lover rifle immediately to my potential if they already are. I think, yeah, no. I mean, I'll reinstate your place as rival, but that means that you are already my rival. So I take influence over you and my potential.
Either way, you mark potential.
Yes. Which means ding, by the way.
Yes! Hooray! Congratulations.
Yes, I can finally do this during sessions again.
Sweet. So once that happens, I think I'd like to skip to. Oh wait, Jenny, step away.
I still need to move his
yeah.
Sure.
You need to you need to mess with my brain stats labels.
Let's have a look. What you have.
And what do you say? What is the actual?
I mean,
yeah.
I'm probably going to go like. I think it's going to be like, look, see, you make your fancy bomb shelters, and they're still going to get to me.
Oh, it's pocket dimension as well.
Yeah, but look in the other dimensions, I'm dead.
Oh yeah.
Or is it that maybe in the other dimension you're too busy being a president to worry about me?
I think I might be too busy being evil to worry about you.
Evil, good, we don't know. It depends on the people who are saying it anyway.
That was a super triumphant celebration, by the way. really dug that one. Triumphant. Awesome. Celebration.
All right. Oh, team.
I have to still carry on the rival in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to lower your mundane. Up your freak.
Why, thank you. Done.
So we skip ahead. We see several panels of TGU rocking out, kids going crazy, the food refilling up at the cafeteria, at the table, the buffet table, like people getting like a bunch of shrimps, and one person mentioning to another, like, you know, it'd be cool, like a dispenser, a shrimp dispenser. And,
No, Eleanor.
no, Ellen, that would not be cool. Then you guys finish your first set to take a break, and Ashley looks like Elizabeth's kind of moved around closer to the stage and seems to be waiting on you.
Yeah, I'll leave the stage and head over to her and just quietly like try to put a hand on her arm and be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
I've had better parties. Little surprised. Can we talk somewhere?
Yeah, let's go somewhere. I think I know a spot.
Cool. So where do you guys end up?
I'll walk her to the bath.
Nice. Yeah, it's the moment of like seeing the bath and the huge, more than Olympic-sized pool and the columns and the light streaming in. Even though
And
it's
like
already...
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, so it's already night.
It's already night, but it's like light is streaming in as if it's daylight because this is possibly not this here time.
It's magic as fuck. Yeah, and of course the bath is all steamy everywhere, and I'll like take off my shoes and socks and like roll up my pant legs and like soak my feet.
Kind of imagine Elizabeth's wearing a dress, so she'll step out of her. I mean, she probably wore like low heels, like chunk heels, so she could dance if she wanted to. So she steps out of them and moves over and sits down beside you, puts her feet in the water as well.
So I sicked Anisha on the whole photo thing, and it looks like the Hazit from another dimension put the photo out for some reason.
But it's real, right?
I mean, yes.
Who's that me?
Mm.
Some kind of shape shifter who tricked you or something? Oh, that is a really good point.
Yeah, we talked
Actually,
about
had this conversation. So okay. So wait, the approach is different. So she's like, how do we want to play this?
I don't know. I mean,
because I'm dating Ashley.
I know.
I really don't want to get mixed up in some of your superior stuff because I don't have any powers.
I know. Oh, this is so messed up because the picture makes it look like you are cheating on me, but it's not that way.
Right. I mean...
But it's you from another dimension. It's a dupe. People know what that's like and about. But that's not gonna... Is that going to matter to people?
I'm about to delete my account on Buzz because it's just going crazy.
Oh my god. I am so sorry.
I mean, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't. I get that. But it sucks.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we just try to hit people with the truth and hope that it sticks, because that's kind of all we've got, right? Unless I have Seraph go and pretend that she's dating somebody else. I don't know. That's stupid. And frankly, thinking about making that look plausible just makes me feel gross.
What does your team, what does Seraph need? I want you to go out and do what the Halcyon City Guardians need to do. I don't want to be in your way. I've never wanted to be in your way.
But Seraph wants
kind of put me in your way. Like I'm a distraction. And
this isn't in Seraph's way at all. Frankly, what Seraph wants right now doesn't matter. I care about what you need right now.
Probably a break from social media.
Okay, cool. Direct messages and texts only.
Cool.
God. Do I know anybody who's really shallow and social media savvy and manipulative? Deep breath. Sort of slumps in the steam of the bath a little bit. No, all of my friends are really cool. Damn it.
It's weird. You need to know more Mean Girls.
I never thought I'd have that problem, you know?
Something else will come along. Attention span of most people in Halcyon City only lasts until the next alien invasion. It'll work out.
So your break will be over tomorrow, huh?
Well, could be.
Yeah. If this weren't Anil's awesome, I just stopped a huge threat to Halcyon City party, I would totally try to sneak out with you right now.
Sounds fun. But you should be here for him.
I know.
Or you could go back in as Sarah for a little bit, and I can just hang out here and not be seen with you.
That seems dumb. I'm gonna throw her under the bus today.
Okay.
She can be the stupid, mean, aloof team member who doesn't show up for parties, I guess.
Well, they know, and that's what matters.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, we're not blowing it off, and you're not seraphizing, so we should go back and dance and stuff.
Okay. And then I lean over and I'm like, kiss?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if I can give you a super kiss.
Trust me, it's not that much different.
Oh, nice. I think it ends like that's the last caption of the thing. And then you guys kiss. Sweet. Looking at time, want to check in. Are there any scenes that people want?
Does Seraph need any comforting? Or are you? Okay.
I'm solid.
I had an idea, but that's...
You still have it. Still have that idea.
Well, I mean, I can do it with maybe without the role. I think I would like, just as passing, I would like, you know, if Seraph's coming back in the room, I would be like, and like, you know,
get my attention.
Yeah, I was like, I've sorted the internet here. There won't be any more of that. And I like everyone's social media access and camera access is just shut down here.
Nice.
No one could take photos, or at least maybe anytime a photo just goes in the direction of Ashley or Elizabeth, it just becomes static, and they can't no mention. Just any post that has a mention of the party just gets deleted.
So you basically just erased my party from ever having happened?
Okay.
Sure.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. No, that's what I've done.
I'm like,
It's elite.
overkill. I like
the
it.
party is elite now.
I've had one party in my entire life, and now it never happened.
No, it's mythical. Only word of mouth. But yeah, in character, yeah, no, it's wiped. It's gone. And I just like thumbs up. What do they say? And then
overkill. Okay. Then I guess it's time to get embarrassing upends.
That's good. That's good. Sweet. Good. Well, it seemed is that Atlas?
I think I would like to have a scene with my love.
That sounds fun. Where do you want this scene to happen?
I think it's probably just gonna be like, I mean, look, we've got a big party going on. There should be a dance, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. And she hasn't had a chance to dance with you because she was up with that piano. So we start off and she's like telling you, and then there are like these extra strings that carry the bass because it's sympathetic sound, and it's really amazing. It is way better than it's the best piano I've ever played on, except really I could have used like phone books, but that's fine. Playing up, standing up is good. I've done that before, and then the music starts to pipe in because TGU isn't up on stage.
we should dance.
With me? Yes. She takes your hand, and your hand's like huge, you know.
Like it's going to be a very awkward. Like the panel looks very awkward because of the size.
Yes. It's like a panel where your head is cut off because it's like her, and then there's another panel where it's like you, and you can only see the top of her head.
The text bubbles coming out from the top of the.
And you hear, and in the font that is Ragrach, you wish to be normal sized to dance with her.
And I think it's still gonna be like he's probably gonna say this out loud. And it's like, fuck off, she's fine.
And she pauses for a second and says, "Magic sword?"
Yeah. You don't need me to be smaller, right?
No. I like you just the way you are.
That is what I thought. I probably should. I don't know. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it keeps talking to me. It's annoying. Though it sometimes helps.
Maybe Viridian could fix it? The sword. There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Though I get the feeling that someone in his family got me in that weird time, whatever happens. Because the sword definitely did not want to be there. And I'm
Well,
pretty sure Viridian didn't do it. So that leaves one of his folks.
yeah.
Or that Ambo one, I guess. But someone magic-y.
Viridian's got like a whole family of magic people. Maybe it was that Mambo girl in the Crusaders.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something between those families or something. Like, shrug.
Mm.
So, I'm sorry. I didn't want you to worry. Well, apparently when I came back, phones didn't have worked anyway, and I didn't know how long it passed. So, yeah.
There's nothing for you to apologize about, Atlas. You didn't ask to disappear. Just glad that you got out, that you're okay.
Well, I just wanted to say that if I had known, I would have contacted you sooner.
Okay.
I'm gonna, yeah, trying to comfort or support her, I'd say.
I think since she's an NPC, that act is good enough. I'm not gonna make you. Well, actually, no.
I
You
need to
should. You
roll for
should.
it.
Yeah, you need to.
Because if I roll a hit, I mark potential, man.
Well, let's do it. Cause how far be it from me to deny you potential opportunities.
Exactly.
So maybe you should do that. She definitely had some conditions marked. She was afraid. She was very afraid.
Let's see. Alright, then I need to roll support, which is plus mundane. Make a 7.
Squeak. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Cool. On hit, they hear you. She's definitely opened up. So she'll clear that condition, and you get to mark an XP.
Awesome. That means that I have
That is called potential.
one potential into my next level already. I still need to decide.
Crazy.
So
Yep.
yeah, exactly. Like previous sessions, I couldn't get XP for life of me, and now suddenly.
Well, we definitely angled towards the moves that would.
Yeah, that's true.
That and that is important. Cool. It seems like we're at time, but I have a little last page thing. Unless, I saw a hand raised.
I might want a quick moment to just
Yes, take it.
drop something on Daiushi if she's available.
Of course she's available. Find her in like a very small section of the library, like a little side study room. She's trying to stay out of the way of this large party, but you could find her.
Yeah. I knock politely.
And she turns. She's looking at a few books. Ashley.
Daiushi. I see you're still here, which is good because I wanted to talk with you real quick.
Oh. There's a moment of apprehension when you, like, before you say which is good, like she thought there was an insult coming, and then she relaxes a little bit. She gestures over towards a little chair in the study and say there's like a desk here where she's set several different books. Have a seat.
Yeah, and I do. Sit down facing her. Like, this isn't going to take really long, but I've just been thinking, considering what you are and what I am, it's really easy for us to go along with myths and fantasies and to assume that things are just fate, right?
It can happen.
So, I don't know, this just came to me today. If I'm having these dreams and you're having these dreams, maybe it's not a function of the world trying to tell us something, right?
What else could it be?
Maybe it's a purposeful intrusion. Maybe somebody is connecting us because they think it's useful to them.
See. Someone who is violating our dreams and pitting us against each other.
Just a thought. That's the whole thing, really, but I figured you should know.
Thank you. That is an interesting line of thought. I will see what I can find. If you find anything more concrete, actually, if you could let me know, I would appreciate it.
I will. And then I walk on.
Cool. So we get to our last page where I actually involved a PC in this last page. Armature, the party's kind of winding down. The servants are picking up all of the many used plates and going around and picking up all the champagne flutes that were filled with sparkling sodas and grape juices and the like. And we see you, and a little tentacled thing drops down and clambers its way up. It drops down to the ground where it had been hiding inside, and it climbs up onto your shoulder. And you hear it. It speaks with a voice of Project Diffuse. Mama. Mama, we need your help.
Do we end on that, or is it just
I think we end with Mama, we need your help, and then She's taken some of us.
Who?
Kavita. And that will be the end of this issue. Kavita, in case I was too quiet. Kavita. And so that will be end of our issue. Let's go through our normal end of session stuff. At the end of every session / issue, you choose one. Do you grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team? Who would like to go first?
I have an answer. Yeah, I grow closer to the team.
Who made you feel more welcome?
I think I'm going to say Seraph. I almost went Atlas, but then there was the kind of barbed celebration, and also he's already messed with my labels. So,
all right.
Giving
so you give her influence, and you can clear, condition, or mark potential. Did you want to clear or mark?
I'm going to remove angry.
All right. And you get to shift labels, Jen. So have fun with that. Who would like to go next?
I think I grew closer to the team, but I have no idea who made me feel welcome because everybody was in their own world. But the whole point of the party was growing closer to the team.
Mm-hmm. I think you can choose whoever at your own whim because I think they accepted that triumphant celebration that you offered to them, so it could easily be spread wherever you wish.
I'll go Atlas.
Fun.
No, you already rearranged my labels.
Oh, true.
So, I will say, not Armature because Armature erased my party. So I'm going to also say Seraph.
Oh, the label switching you would like, Jen.
John, awesome. I'm giving Armature -1 to her freak and +1 to her savior because she totally bailed me out a little bit as best she could.
She Armature bailed you out. That sounds good.
And then you also have Viridian too.
See, some people appreciate me wiping your party out of existence.
It's great.
Picks or it didn't happen.
Jan, do you want to go next?
Sure. Definitely close to the team. And it's a tough one because everyone described stuff that they did to do while I was away, so it's like I'm going to go for my rival, who made a beautiful bomb shelter.
Okay, cool.
I'll get on that.
Jen, you are next. How did you shift Viridian's labels?
I think it's tough because I can't move his mundane around anymore, and I totally want to, but I think, can I just not?
Yeah.
Okay.
In a previous game, I've said, you can shift the labels, which means you also can choose not to.
You shift superior up, and then you shift superior down.
Yep. He was superior because he had a swank party, but then he was down to earth because he totally made me feel like I was a whole person and could do the thing, and that was great. Speaking of which, I grew closer to the team, and I feel like Viridian made me feel welcome.
Nice.
I'm going to put Atlas's mundane up because I feel he kind of showed his kind of more Marcus side than his Atlas side. You know, I saw him and young talking and all that stuff, and I'll put his superior down only because it's up 2, not because I.
It's totally fine. I think as my advance, I'm probably going to take the thing that lets me rearrange my labels.
They can get pretty nasty sometimes.
Seraph is hard to do in the context of the fiction, while also being aware of what the numbers look like, because it doesn't make sense for me to shift your freak up and your mundane down to bring things into closer range.
But you totally could.
Roll dice. I could. So I'm going to do that since we're out of actual fiction time here.
Sure.
I'm going to ask you to bring your freak up and your mundane down.
Got it. The only thing I don't like about this sheet is that the up and down arrows, well, it's not the only thing, but it's the thing I like the least about this sheet. They're so small.
I just clicked my mundane down instead of up as well.
Yep.
By the way, who hasn't messed with... Is it just Viridian who hasn't messed with my labels this session?
I did.
You did.
I did.
Yeah, so I think
I
Viridian
have
hasn't.
not. Sorry, I went off camera because I pushed the wrong button.
Yeah. Because I think the answer is no to have I taken steps to make amends for my shame. I have to give influence to one of my teammates, so Viridian.
Nice.
I'll take a look-see.
Yeah, just do what you will.
Yeah. Freak up, savior down. And that's totally in character.
Yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
Good. Any other post-session movage? No, we don't have a doomed. It's a little less, like 1/2 of the post-session series of questions. Awesome. Let's do our roses and thorns. And I think we have an order, which was Alex, Paul, Jan, and Jen. So Alex or Jen, who would like to go first?
Can I go first? Because I have to run soon.
Okay,
so,
cool. Yeah, do you want to
do both, maybe?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you want to do both, go right ahead.
I'll check out everyone else's afterwards when I have a moment. I really liked just the little nudges of Atlas's greater storyline starting to push in, like the Hanover stuff. I really like that, and I also like the fact that it kind of connects into some of the stuff that's Armature, like, we use the NPC that we've already established, and I have some connection to. I think I may even have influence over. Maybe, I'm not sure.
I think maybe you do.
There's a chance. Anyway, yeah. I liked that, and another kind of Atlas-centric thing, the pushing the rival stuff. Bringing that, adding, even if it's still, there's just that little twist to the moves, so, to take into account that there's a rival.
That was really clever. Yeah.
And
that Alex is cleverly not thorned.
I noticed that.
I'm getting both out of the right way.
Where's the
Thorn, okay. I mean, it's just one party that I wiped from the internet. I mean, you're taking it too personally.
That's 100% of Anil's parties.
Well, that's on you.
After this party, though, I think there will be demand for more.
Yeah. Thorns. We didn't get to see the cover. The cover was a lie.
It was a lie.
Yeah,
Do
the
you
cover
wanna
was a lie.
Do you want me to bring up the last page from the Order of the Stick comic again?
It's so great. Definitely, I gotta just
Wait,
preemptively.
the scene on the cover didn't actually happen that way.
Have anything else, Alex?
I can't think of anything.
We have the persistent chat, so if anything else comes up,
Yeah,
if I
come up
jump
with something,
in there. I know you got to
share if
go.
I feel it's.
Have a good night, Alex.
Yep.
Good evening.
You guys.
Bye.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Cool. You know what? Why don't we try thorns and roses for each person? You guys think about that. Something different. Since Alex did it, we could just follow through with that. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
All right, go for it. These both.
It would Thorn. I would have liked to see us actually having fun before the picture bombshell hit. But that's, we still got the band to play and all of that stuff. And I'm maybe too literalistic in the to do it sense, but I've always seen those triumphant celebration moves as things that you do in the midst of a celebration that's actually triumphant, right? It's a moment within a scope of something, and I don't think we ever managed to reach triumphant.
I hear you, and you're not wrong. I think it was a little bit of a function of we didn't have space for it in the end of last session. We probably, to do it, probably would have been better to just have it happen right at the very beginning of this session rather than drawing it out and making it a full party.
Roses, though, I liked all of the individual stuff, and you put a lot of texture into things, especially with paying off the Project Diffuse thing from the beginning. At the end, I love Ashley and Lisbeth together because it's just like it's not like they're super cute. It's just like they're comfortable. They're like a great couple, and from the outside, I think that's both Viridian's and Paul's perspective. And I love anytime I can see Marcus and Union interact, because she challenges Marcus to think about himself differently, I think, and and I see that in the character. So yeah, just overall, I thought everybody's personal moments were lovely, and Anil got a kiss. It probably wasn't his first kiss, but it was his first in this context.
First in the continuity, but not the first in Anil's history.
Right.
Sweet. Thank you. Jan, Rose and Thornus.
Okay, so I'll start with Thorns. It did feel a bit awkward to do my triumphant celebration like a bit after the triumphant celebration speeches, and like then like I sort of had to do it during a scene with Alex, which it was a cool scene, but it was like well I guess I'm doing my triumphant celebration with Armature because I'm with Armature at the moment. Where before that I was sort of like it's sort of a tie between some people where it's go and so that was for me a bit like though I did manage to still work it into a like a well look we just have this relationship where we rib each other a bit and somehow it was fine, but initial thorn that I thought I had, and like this is a thorn that turns into a rose, I guess. Like I was looking at the rolls, and I was looking like, oh, we've had like, and then in the end it was 6 rolls, and I was like, we've not done the system much, but then we've done a lot of non-roll system stuff. I realized later, like because, like I said, I've actually gained 5 potential this session, which was super weird for me because I've had 2 sessions where I didn't gain anything, so I was like, okay, the system is a bit, and now suddenly to gain an entirety of a level was like, huh. So like obviously there's stuff in the system you can do without even rolling. So like I thought it was a thorn initially because I was like, yeah, not a lot of rolls, but then it turned out, yeah, it doesn't need to always be a roll. I would agree on the thing that Paul said, that it was we didn't have a lot of celebration time before things already started hitting fans. But I also liked the interactions, and I had a lot of fun. I would have liked to have interacted more with Fridian during this session, but it was fine. It was good.
Good. Thank you. Appreciate it, Jan. Jen.
Hey there. Goodness, I enjoyed a lot of the execution of the session today. I liked a lot of the little one-on-one scenes. I felt like we took some time to tie a few things up, and that was very nice. I too really enjoy when Ashley and Lisbeth get to have scenes together because I like them as a couple. Goodness. What other roses do I have? It's fun to learn more details about Castle Blackstone. And I also really enjoyed that we're seeing more of Atlas's backstory rear its head. In fact, I feel like we saw a good amount of backstory material loop back into the story and feel like it was developing. So that was very rich, even though this is technically kind of a downtime session, but it felt like it was doing important setup work. So that was cool. The timing on the photo thing probably could have been better. I feel like it made us come together a bit more and, try to deal with that. And we pushed through anyway, and it led to some fun interactions. I enjoyed that Ashley got to have a moment with Anil. Yeah, all in all, very good session. Plus did like.
Good. I really enjoyed the session overall. want to make sure that I highlight, Jen, the going to see Daiushi and that little let me have this conversation with you is really juicy because you, the player, picking up on a thing that kind of I had laid out there, and I appreciate that. That was clever of you. The only thorn that I had is during the Atlas Onion Kim scene. I had actually a little trouble understanding you at parts, and I went into Hangout Toolbox. I don't even know if it works at all anymore, and it was showing that I had your volume all the way up. So I feel bad. I think I'm starting to have hearing issues. I don't know, but there were
I had a hard time hearing him too.
Okay,
a lot.
Maybe my microphone was too far down after you'd said that.
That might. Yeah,
and I think you were speaking softly in character as well.
Oh, probably, yeah.
So it was multiple things happening at once.
Cool. I want to say something, and I was afraid to say anything during the scene because it was really intimate, and I thought, well, I can pick up enough of this to follow. But yeah, there were points.
Say something next time. So.
I will. Thank you. Other than that, this was good. I really enjoyed you guys pushing through. Sorry, the timing was a little awkward on the reveal. I actually kind of deliberated, like, is this a thing where they do it right away? Or is it a thing where it would go and it would be a thing to kick things in motion later? And I agree. I made the wrong choice in having that happen right away. I think if we'd had more party actually gotten to the triumphant celebration, it would not have felt as shoved in there after the fact. So definitely something I will learn from, and I appreciate that honest feedback. We are going to pick this back up in a week and deal with some Project Diffuse stuff, and that should be fun. And I really appreciate all the time you guys and effort you put into this game.
Hey, Rich, can I give you one thing to put on your list for? Yes. It doesn't have to be next session, but I'm not kidding that Viridian will find a moment to casually drop in on Sister Occultus if he has to.
Yeah, we
has to manufacture a question that he doesn't really need to ask.
I agree.
So
I like that was one of those where you mentioned it, I wanted to pay it off, but then kind of the game swept everything away, and I looked down at time and I'm like, shoot.
Atlas is also still going to totally try to find out how the hell he ended up in that bubble and how he ended up losing 2 weeks. That's
good.
Oh yeah, and I don't think Viridian will let that go either.
Good. These are happy things.
All right, cool.
Oh, and I forgot to mention it in my roses, but yay, mention of Atlas's, like, his parents getting in touch with the what's it called, the company,
Hanover Institute?
Yes, Hanover Institute.
Good. I'm glad you were happy with that. I wasn't sure. I was like, yeah, this is a thing I definitely want to happen because this has been this little laid out there juicy tidbit that we haven't addressed, and I want to address it. So glad you liked it. Awesome. I will let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your evening or afternoon. We'll
Goodbye.
see you guys in a week.